And we're back with another video. I'm sure you guys saw this document of John Ghati's notice and order of forfeiture flying around the internet, right? It says here is, you know, that the amount of 406,174.87 cents was taken by the Reserve Bank from John Ghati. Now, you might be thinking, why I say John Ghati?
Ghati. Wanyanyam dara.
Is because according to the information that we received or that we were able to dug out about John Ghati versus the information that's on here, the two doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna put it to you guys what we found, and you tell me exactly what you think about that as well. Don't forget, I give away two $5,000 funded accounts every week. This week I've already given away 4 accounts. You might think, how do you give away 2 but you've already given away 4? Well, you know, as I get more, I give more. All I have to do is make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you leave a comment in the comment section below. Now, this document was dated back in 2023. We received it on Monday, and I said I don't want to just jump in through the information, right? This document was issued to John Ghati in 2023. The reason why I don't know whether this is John Ghati or not is because of the fact that based on an interview that he was conducted in, that he was interviewed in 2023, then his date of birth is the same, but the year he was born is not the same. In 2023, John Ghati was also interviewed, and he claimed to have had a net worth of 197 million. So I don't understand why the Reserve Bank would take 400,000 from someone who's got 197 million. But let me give you the facts, the data, and the information. Now, the document, this is the document, right? And the first thing I want to focus your attention on is the ID number, because I'm not going to read through this whole document, because trust me, I'm going to leave the link to the document in the comment section below. You guys can read through it if you feel that you want to do it. I want you to focus your attention on the ID number, or the first 4 numbers on the ID number. According to this document, John Ghati was born on the 9th of September 1993. Now, according to an email address by John Ghati, that is nkuna1993@gmail.com, a lot of people might assume that that is his date of birth. And it could be, but we cannot say that it is. However, John Ghati was interviewed, and according to the interviewer, John Ghati was born on the 9th of September 1996. So now my question is, which is wrong and which is right? That's not the only problem. We're going to talk about a couple of things that happened in 2023 for John Ghati that makes you think, why would they take 400,000 away from him if they could have taken a couple of, I got $100, you know, where they could have just taken a couple of millis. Now, according to this interview, he says that he plans to reduce poverty. And how was he planning to do that? Very easy. The way in which he was going to reduce poverty is that he says he's got a Forex app that has the power to help reduce high poverty rate in Africa. They say that according to him, what this Forex app can do is that it can help reduce the poverty rate in the motherland continent, as it gives the users the ability to earn an extra income, which will in turn cut down poverty. It's been 2 years and we still live in poverty, and John Ghati is still selling robots that is still not working. Alright, we can call a spade a spade. We can call bullshit bullshit. Now, it says here that he started trading in 2016 with grit, zest, and ingenuous ideas. John Ghati has become a foremost expert. He first founded the Cobra 1.0 trading robot that doesn't do what it says he was going to do. And after 6 years in the first Forex business, the trailblazer transformed the face of enterprises by establishing the private wealth robot, the company behind the first trading robot, Godzilla 4.0 banker. Now, he's not the first person to have dropped an EA. EAs have been coming on since 2009, I think. But okay, maybe that's what he told you. Now here it starts. He says he was born on September the 9th, 1996. Rulani Nkuna has been linked to American billionaire and owner of Tesla, Elon Musk. Bullshit. It's not true. He was never linked to Elon Musk. Ever. Now it says here, for his innovative and transformative ideas in the global Forex market, he has been one of the vocal voices clamoring for empowerment of young Africans and has been inspiration to youths of South Africa. His philanthropic activities earn him the title the poverty killer. He is right, he is the poverty killer because he kills people who is in poverty. He sells things to people who lives in poverty. That is what he do. He kills people more who lives in poverty. He has done nothing. He has contributed nothing to society to help reduce poverty in South Africa. Nothing. He's only been taking people's money and renting vehicles. Now, here's the best part. It says here, Rulan Kunkuna is passionate about wealth drive in Africa, which has also scaled his growing influence in mentoring young and aspiring entrepreneurs. The CEO of Private Wealth Boss is estimated to be worth $10 million. Now, $10 million is around 179 million. Remember, this article was written in 2023. If John Ghati was worth, let's say, we have to account for inflation and what the rand was, let's say 170 million. He was worth 170 million. Why would the Reserve Bank only take 406,000 from his bank account? Right? Which one is the truth? Which one is the lie? Is this document John Ghati, or did John Ghati lie in this interview? I think we have to. I'm not going to say it is and it is and it is and it is, because I'm not going to say here. It says here, in a recent post on Instagram handle, he wrote, "Poverty matrix will be destroyed in 2023. We're in 2025 and you have not done anything yet other than taking people's money and renting vehicles," right? Any case, that is where I'm going to stop with this. Because why? I don't want to spend too much time reading on that. What I do want to spend a lot of time talking about, not a lot of time, maybe a couple of minutes, is the fact that we have to understand the following. We need to understand, is this the same John Ghati that we know? But we cannot do that unless we can prove that this is his ID number. And I can tell you today that I'm not going to spend my time trying to prove whether or not John Ghati has got a notice and order of forfeiture, because it's not going to change the fact that John Ghati, I've got a personal person who has been scammed by John Ghati. I've got people who complained about John Ghati's EA also. So I'm not going to spend my time trying to figure out whether someone or not has been taken 400,000 from them or not. I would like to know why the poverty is still there and why John Ghati has not created anything to reduce the amount of poverty that he said in an interview in 2023 that he was going to do. Because at the moment, this document says his date of birth is 1993. The interview says it's 1996. Now, who do you believe? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if this document is John Ghati himself, then surely John Ghati was fucking lying to people in the interview. But like I said, I'm going to leave that to you to decide whether or not this is John Ghati or not, because I'm not going to speak about things that I cannot confirm. Instead, we do our own investigations. We wanted to find out if this is him. We don't have any information to point out that it is him other than the article or the interview where he was born in 1996. So I'm not going to sit here and say, yes, it is him. But I'm also not going to say, no, it's not him. Thank you for your time. And as always, cheers for ears.